Ladies and gentlemen, I think you all know or will know in about 10 seconds. My name is Nicole. My band is Hello the Future. I'm the only person in my band. Oh, we tend to start these things by having you all take your phones out of your pocket. I see some of you have gotten a head start on this. We are going to do a song that's called Drop It on the Twitters. Drop it on the Twitters! Drop it on the Twitters! Drop it on the Twitters that you're attending Hello the Future live at Shaker and Vine. I hope you all got a glass of wine. Drop it on the Twitters! Drop it on the Twitters! Drop it on the Twitters that you're attending Hello the Future. That is at Hello the Future. It's spelled the usual way. Drop it on the Twitters. Retweet. This song is about Joss Whedon's short-lived but absolutely perfect series Firefly. You look just as good in tight pants if you dare to wear them, and I know that you don't, but I want you to know that you would. It's you on my arm I want at every shindig. With you in my life, every moment my life is good. And I don't care that you're not the captain, and I don't care that you're not in charge. All I want is you to push the button, drive the stick, we're going to fly, and only you can take me higher. Watch how we soar when we're together. Watch how we fly when we're side by side, or back to back, or front to front. Whatever, watch how we soar when we're together. Watch how we fly when we're a team. I've got your back, and your mouth, and your mind. And darling, you know I know when I'm not looking. You play with your toys, I know. It's okay, I know what I picked when I picked it. And when I picked you, I knew it's you in my bunk that I want at the end of the day. And I don't think of you as just the funny one, and I don't think of you as just the nerd. You're the only one who knows my ship and what I need, and what I need is for you to take me flying. Watch how we soar when we're together. Watch how we fly when we're side by side, or back to back, or front to front. Whatever, watch how we soar when we're together. Watch how we fly when we're a team. I've got your back, and your mouth, and your mind. And watch how we bridge the distance between when you're on the bridge and I'm on the ground. Keeping the fight, watching the sky. And at the end of the day, we've got stories to tell, so you come on to take me up, because it's our turn to fly. And then you said, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. That's why I like you. But I don't care that you're not the captain, because I'll always be your first mate. All I want is you to push the button, drive the stick, we're going to fly, and only you can take me higher. Watch how we soar when we're together. Watch how we fly when we're side by side, or back to back, or front to front. Whatever, watch how we soar when we're together. Watch how we fly when we're a team. I've got your back, and your mouth, and your mind. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. So that was kind of a sound check and also a real song. How does that sound to you? Does anything need to be turned up or down? I will assume by your good. At least you can hear me. I think we're doing fine, and again, thank you for coming out. If you have not already purchased a drink, and I think you all have, please purchase 2 or 3, tip your bartenders, all of that. I'm going to do a bunch of songs from my upcoming album called Giant Robot Album, which we actually sent off to be mastered today, which will probably go to print in a week. And then in 5 days I will have them, and then depending on where you live and where actually I am in the world, You'll get them. I'll ship them.
The song is called The Swan's Name Was Ingrid. It is based on a true story.
The swan's name was Ingrid. I read that book 11 times. 11 times. On Sunday afternoons when I had nothing else to do but sit and memorize the details of the world in which I wish I lived, and more than that, the author's lives who wrote them. My world of balance, world of ruin, world of early mornings, waking up to take a fearless dip into the serpent trench, and afternoons in Arden, taking notes of all the words I didn't know, with just 2 ages down and 5 more left to go. But all these hours stacked like bricks between the person who I was and who I wanted to be. Time to turn pages. My house was big, my world was small, so it was waiting for me. Maybe I'll read my book one more time. My robot armor, I put it on before I left my room. My little room. My clunky legs and clumsy arms were poorly made, but inside was the only thing I thought was true. I couldn't share myself with anyone, with any place, with anything, except the world I made, written in the pages of the books I read and stories wrote, and music that I practiced and played when I had nothing to do but time. Back then I thought I read the Unedited by grace. Back in my slanted room with books around me, I thought I knew that I already knew enough to be the person I envisioned, the love of you joy with me. Anne and Emily and Jane and Joe, like all those heroines, a variation of a theme instead. I got myself a finished book, a guitar and a dream. Instead I got myself a tiny little window on a tiny little screen. Yes, me and everybody else. And I heard Kronos speak. I beat that game 11 times. 11 times. The summer I spent clearing plates and thinking I was paying dues. And if I studied and applied myself, I'd be admired for my thoughts and work and worlds that I created from my mind. Turn to words on pages, all the truth I ever learned, in secret passages that someday you would find when you would read my book one more time. Back then I thought I read the Unedited by grace. Now I learned to read the Unedited by work. The work of a lifetime. But I have nothing to do but It sounds so amazing with a real band. I have a real band on this album. I have trumpets and trombones and a theremin and a grandfather clock. So, yeah, if you have not yet ordered blah blah blah, you get the idea, Bandcamp. So this song, of course, is about being a kid and wanting to do something cool and then becoming older and realizing just quite how much work it takes to actually do that. And one of the things I have learned in this past year of independent musicianry is that there is a limit to the amount of work I can do myself. Being a singer-songwriter is sort of like the perfect job for an introvert, because you get to do both the singing and the songwriting. But I reached my limit about 6 months into the project, and then I started talking to other people in bands and recording studios and things. This song is from my album Geek Girly P, but it is about that same sort of thing. Both the strength and the hubris of working alone. long game is long, and my fingers hurt tonight, but I'm still not stopping, not stopping, not stopping, not stopping till I get it right. Long game is long, and my fingers are on fire, but I'm still not stopping, not stopping, not stopping, not stopping till I can admire my handiwork that came from my own hands. So I'm still not stopping, not stopping, not stopping, not stopping till I understand what this power is that I can feel but I can't see. And I know it's real, I know you know it's real. So why did you never come for me? Why did you lie to me? After everything we've been through, why did you deny me? I'll practice myself, I'll do it myself, I'll learn it myself, I'll work hard myself, I'll everything myself. And when I'm done, you'll see there was always magic in me. Long game is long, but I've got my flash of light, so I'm still not stopping, not stopping, not stopping, not stopping. Well, there's still this fight between where I am and what I know that I can do. So I'm still not stopping, not stopping, not stopping till I catch up to you. So far ahead, you've got yours, so where is mine? And they closed the doors, I saw them close the doors, but they could not close my mind. They could not find me, just like everyone else, they were so far behind me. I'm learning myself, I'm pushing myself, I'm teaching myself, I'm practicing myself, I'm everything myself. And when I'm done, you'll see there was always magic in me. Who I am becoming, I'll become. Who I am becoming, I'll become. Who I am becoming, and when I'm done, then everyone will see there was always magic in me. In me. About Julia Wicker from Lev Grossman's book, The Magician King. All the songs on Geek Girly P are about some kind of fantasy or sci-fi or geeky female character. The one I'm going to sing for you now is about Arya Stark from Game of Thrones and or A Song of Ice and Fire. This song contains no spoilers for anyone who has not seen past the current HBO episode. So there you go. It is called I Don't Know What's Going to Happen to Me, which is somehow appropriate. Happen to me. All I know is what's running through my mind. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I know I must remember the past, and I must remember what I have learned, and I don't know what's going to happen to me. I don't know who I'll have to pretend to be. All I know is I'll have to prepare for whatever I find. And when I find you, I'll say, but I can't think about that now. I have to think about something else now. I know I must remember the past, and I must remember what I have learned, and I don't know what's going to happen to me. melody can ever be outground. I'll count the names again. Jeffrey, Cersei, and Howard, Ellen Payne, Tickler, Samara, and when I find you, I'll say that I can't think about that now. I have to think about something else now. I don't know what's going to happen to me. All I know is I wonder what it will feel like when they die. I don't know what's going to happen to me. I know I must remember the past, and I must remember what I have learned, and I don't know what's going to happen to me. So yeah, we do have some Game of Thrones kinds of fans in the house maybe who are excited for this weekend and then the next weekend, and then we'll be sad for a while. We're just gonna do this one. There's a time limit, by the way, on how long I can play this song before I can never play this song again. So we're gonna do it now. I need your help, all right? So when I go do-do-do-do, you're gonna go do-do-do-do. Cool? Do-do-do-do, do-do-do. Basically, you repeat everything I sing. We're smart people. This song is called Paper Cranes. Whew. 5, 6, 7, 8. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do. And now you shut up. I spent last night trying to fold paper cranes to forgive you, but I'm not very good at handicrafts, and all my cranes turned into little wads of paper. I didn't even get to the part where I blew them up with my angry breath and sent them flying about 1.5 feet across my room. To forgive you, I pictured my windowsill filled with crane after crane after crane after crane after crane to prove that I am the type who can give and forgive and forget and never complain. I guess that you told me you loved me and then told me you'd become bored, and I really want to text you what happens at the red wedding. I really want to ruin your year. Do-do-do-do, 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 nicely done, people. And I've done all the right things, like I deleted you from my Twitter. I mean, I put you from a list of people I actually read, but I haven't gotten to the point where I'll unfollow you. I'm saving that for when you finally get 10,000 followers, as soon as you announce that you'll only have 9,999. By then I'll have a windowsill filled with crane after crane after crane after crane after crane to prove that I am the type who can give and forgive and forget and release all the pain. I guess, but it's not pain that I'm feeling, it's more like a thirst for revenge, and I really want to text you what happens with Tyrion and Shay. I really want to ruin your year. But as you know, I won't do any of that, although it would be so easy. You can't unsee a text, as you of all people should know, and I've spent way too much time working out if I could spoil Game of Thrones Season 3 in a single text. Saving room for the words, now we're even. Do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do. See, now we're all complicit. And I've watched the YouTube, but I still can't make my corners full. And I never get the creases very straightened. All I'm left with is a pile of wasted paper. I didn't even get to the part where I got to try to forgive you. As it turns out, I can't make a paper crane to save your life. So I'll never have a windowsill filled with crane after crane after crane after crane after crane to prove that I am the type who can give and forgive and forget, so I have to explain. I guess why I wrote you a song is a promise that you'll never see me ever try to text you that Sam becomes a fucking slayer. I'm not the kind of person who will ever try to ruin your year. Last time, do-do-do-do, 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 do-do-do-do.
This song is not quite as long as the Captain's Wife's Lament, but sometimes hits the 10-minute mark. We're just gonna start. It's called Canary Island. Once a king or queen of Canaria, always a king or queen. Once a king or queen of Canaria, always a king or queen. That's, you're going to have to stick with me if you don't know what I mean. But if you do, I think you once were a king or queen. And I'm pretty sure you were. I suspect that some of you have little pewter figurines of kings or queens whom you pretend to play with, and also use them to fight other little pewter figurines. Is this correct? Do you remember the first time you touched a computer? Because even before Atari, there were computers. My first Wampus when I was 2 years old. I still remember the song they played for me. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Beep, beep. And no matter what else you were doing as a kid, nothing gave you as much power as this thing did. That's why they called it Nintendo Power. You could learn how to build cities, you could go and flick some doom until your mom told you to go clean your room. And at school there was that one class called computers. And if you were good at that one class called computers, everyone would watch you as you started to play, because it was time to go blow some buffalo. Oh wait. There's always room in the world for one more Oregon Trail joke, and I'm going to make it. Once you take your family safely across the Oregon Trail, always you take your family safely across the Oregon Trail, except when you let them get dysentery so you can write their epitaph. And you write one that makes everyone laugh. Here lies Butts. He has a butt. 4th grade. And then you went to college. And man, what kind of a disappointment was college? You still had to show your freaking work and do assignments that had no purpose. But saving the princess had a purpose. Defeating GLaDOS had a purpose. It was continuous improvement of immeasurable skill, and for most of us it was a triumph. And tell me, where else do you get to triumph? I mean, unequivocally, inexorably triumph. So you rush through your assignments with +2 dexterity and speed, so you can get back to what your soul really needs. Alright, this next one is a little obscure, so if you know what it is, you can tell me after it's done. Because once you saved your little brother from ape-eating crocodiles, always you saved your little brother from ape-eating crocodiles. Anyone? It was for the Super Nintendo. No. Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest. A very excellent game. And once you find the princess, you can't handle her being found, so you pay Bowser to make sure she's not around. And by Bowser, I mean Nintendo Corporation. You actually pay Nintendo Corporation. Of course, speaking of Nintendo Corporation, once you are invincible, you can't handle up being invincible. How old are you when you learn the word invincible? You can't handle up being invincible. Once you've turned on the Game Genie, you can't unturn on the Game Genie. Once you've tasted programming power, there's no going back. Now you have to sing with me again. B-section. Thank you for working with me to break international copyright law. It's my favorite part of the show. And now that we're grown up, well, we're still playing. We joined the grown-up world, but we're still playing. No matter what we do, we still come back to the game, and it's not because we think real life is lame. Because it isn't. Real life is awesome. It's just, remember all those books where all those kids went into other worlds to do the things they did. As soon as they got home, they only wanted to come back because there was something there that the rest of the world lacked. You could say it was the challenge or the test, but you and I both know it was the freaking ass quest. Don't make me drop the Campbell bomb. You know what I mean, cause I know you all were once kings and queens. Cause once a king or queen of Canaria, always a king or queen. Once a king or queen of Canaria, always a king or queen. That's how we took Final Fantasy from numbers 1 to 14. Cause life doesn't let you be a king or queen. I mean, life lets a couple be kings or queens. Kate Middleton has a chance if Queen Elizabeth ever, you know, I am beginning to suspect she might be a Highlander, which of course manages to insult two nations. You cannot be a red mage, or a white mage, or a black mage, or a blue mage, because mages do not exist. You can be a ninja, but it takes a lot of training and there aren't many job opportunities. Batman is already taken. You could be a thief, but I don't recommend it. Or you could be like me, a spoony bard. That is what I am, a spoony bard. Dang it, Final Fantasy couldn't think of anything better for me to do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Beep, beep.
Woo!
Alright, let's do another new one, because I like new ones. We're in tune. So I wrote this song for a contest, and I didn't win, but my friend Glenn Raphael did, and I think some of you know him, so it all worked out well. This song is about one of those relationships that you know is not going to work even from the very beginning, and yet you still hope. You took me to your bed by a window of a canyon, past a mountain where we drove through the night with headlights guiding us higher. You saw me naked then by the window in the moonlight of the canyon where we couldn't hear the ocean. We were so high. You were guiding me higher. But I know that the moon will fade, and in the morning you will take me down the canyon past the ocean and home. And I know that the two of us will fade, and soon someday you're going to look at me only careless, and I won't look at you at all. And I can only hope to fly one or two more times before the gravity sucks me down. It sucks me down, it sucks us down. And I can only hope that you and I will try to combine our breath and find ourselves inspired. The world conspires against us flying, it sucks us down. Out of reach and out of watches, out of breakfast, we were free from it all, but no flight. And what we could find, but time will catch us back. Every day its own importance, and the distance putting stones in our pockets and eyes. Our minds. And I know that your eyes will change, and you'll forget you thought I was so important, so essential to home. And I know that the two of us will change, and soon someday we'll try to fly again but the days will have smothered us like ocean waves, and I can only hope to fly one or two more times before the gravity sucks me down. It sucks me down, it sucks us down, and I can only hope that you and I will try to combine our breath and find ourselves inspired. The world conspires against us, but it sucks us down. And because of this, I want to tell you everything, but that only adds to the weight. And because of this, I want to be there hand in hand, in anchor hand, and that only holds you down. Not a castle, not a fortress, not a spaceship, just a bed in a room, and you and me in your arms. And there's just work ahead, not a sudden-ended story ever after, just the day-to-day life that must remain unharmed. Any magic we made was a dream, and love can be ephemeral, and time will shatter plans, but I keep hoping that this time we overcome the winds eroding the canyon, and I can only hope to fly one or two more times before the gravity sucks me down. It sucks me down, it sucks us down, and I can only hope that you and I will try to combine our breath and find ourselves inspired. The world conspires against us, but it sucks us down, and I can only hope to try one or two more times before the gravity sucks me down. It sucks me down, it sucks us down, and I can only hope that you and I will try to combine our breath and find ourselves inspired. The world conspires against us blind, it sucks us down. Another new one, and then we'll probably do some funnier songs about monkeys and robots. This song, again for Giant Robot Album, which I'm sure you all already know about because I know most of you. And this is the one when I was mixing with my guy yesterday and we were putting everything together on the final CD. He was like, "This is the best one," and I'm like, "I know, yeah, this is the best one." This song is called The Endless Summer of Adulthood, and it is particularly for anyone who's lived in Los Angeles. Meredith had the upstairs room. She didn't have a bed. Laura was across the way. Elizabeth was downstairs on the couch. There was an office space, but none of them had ever had an office. Tanya took the office space for $50 off her rent, and they hung Christmas lights, and Laura saved for her operation, and Meredith wrote the songs. And Elizabeth waited for Michael to call, and told herself she wouldn't call him first. Meredith rode the bus for hours to play her songs at bars. Laura answered phones all day. Elizabeth was stuck behind the counter. Tanya kept the kitchen clean and spent her morning sending resumes. She still hoped that she might find a job that matched up with her dreams. And they joined up each night, and Laura told stories of harassment, and Meredith packed CDs. And Elizabeth wondered why Michael had asked her to move when he didn't ever ask to see her. They made it through week by week and somehow paid their rent and tried hard to make something change. They were so good at trying. They sat in t-shirts and shorts in the October moonlight, lit by a porch light and phones in the endless summer of adulthood. When mother called the house. She asked how things were going, and if Tanya had yet thought to walk her resume door to door, and why the landlord hadn't fixed the broken screen or leaky faucet. They paid so much in rent they shouldn't let things like that go, and Tanya agreed to avoid a fight. And as soon as she hung up, she cursed and then she cried. And Elizabeth came home from work, and Tanya said, "Do you think your place would hire me too?" They made it through week by week and somehow paid the rent, and wondered why things hadn't changed. They were so good at waiting. They sat in t-shirts and jeans in the November moonlight, lit by their laptop screens in the endless summer of adulthood. Michael had to be at work at 9 a.m. now. He knew she knew that. He knew she knew that. She knew she couldn't stay. He couldn't sleep when she was lying next to him. And because of that, it felt like every night she asked if she could come over for just an hour, but his only hour. And every weekend she asked him what they were going to do, but it was his only break. Laura made it through 8 hours with voices in her headset telling her a list of failures she would never overcome. Tanya didn't get the job. She thought she might go back to school. Meredith's father said he'd pay for her to give up and come home. Elizabeth said to them all that night, "It isn't that I want Michael to change. He can do all the things he does. I just need him to choose. I just need him to choose. I just need him to choose to include me." They made it through week by week and somehow paid the rent, and wondered why things hadn't moved when they were so good at moving. They sat in t-shirts and jeans in the December moonlight, lit by their fading dreams in the endless summer of adulthood. By the way, and you won't know this until you hear it on the album that you're going to get, and you hear the piano, because the piano's going do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, that I had written my Ben Folds song with all the ladies' names in it, and in fact I used the same chords as like, Judy, I won't take your shit anymore, and Kylie is calling from Connecticut. You get the idea. So let's do a funny song about some monkeys and some robots, okay? No one gets their hearts broken in this song. Monkeys and robots and monkeys and robots, 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 monkeys and robots and monkeys and science, monkeys and robots and monkeys and science, science and monkeys and robots and science, monkeys and robots and monkeys and robots, monkeys and robots and monkeys and mathnet, monkeys and robots and monkeys and mathnet, monkeys learn math while the robots learn science, monkeys and robots and monkeys and robots, monkeys and robots and monkeys and fractals, robots and monkeys and robots and neutrons, monkeys take pencils and make pieces of fractals, robots build thumbs and play marbles with neutrons. One of the marbles hits one of the monkeys. He takes his pencil and punches the neutron, and then it explodes just like all of the fractals. And the monkeys and robots and monkeys and robots, pieces of monkeys with pieces of robots, pieces of monkeys and pieces of robots. Mathnet still playing, but nobody's watching. watching other pieces of monkeys, pieces of robots. 2, 3, 4. One little opposable thumb crawls by. It picks up one tiny robot eye. Robots and robots rebuild all the robots. Robots and robots rebuild all the monkeys. Isn't it nice that they rebuild the monkeys? Monkeys and robots and monkeys and robots. 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 I wrote that song almost 3 years ago now when I was doing this 100 songs a week project. One song every week for 100 weeks. This was when I didn't know how to write songs. And so I wrote one song with the same words as you just heard. And surprisingly, it's still like I don't even know. You all like it. At this point, I'm going to ask you, because we are coming up on the 11 o'clock hour of my set, which means almost the end, even though I bet it's about 9:15. Are there any requests? Anything that you might like to hear in your hearts that you want to make sure I play? And if there's not, I will go on and take you home with the magical song journey I've created for you. That also works. Magical song journey it is then. Oh, I wish I were a questionable content girl, 'cause then I would be pretty. This is why I know you guys are my... Yeah, that's how it works. Usually I have to stop the show and prompt you to tell me, but we know how this works. I wish I were a questionable content girl, 'cause then I would be hanging out with Marigold and Hanners as they play games in their rooms. Then we'd go and take a break at Coffee of Doom, where they would draw a skull and crossbones floating in my cappuccino foam. And if I were a questionable content girl, I'd be home. Yes, I wish I were a questionable content girl, 'cause then I'd have a boyfriend. I'd have a lot of quirky little mishaps first. But then I'd have a boyfriend who would jam with me on bass guitar and then go fight the horde. I'd be the better player, but he'd have the bigger sword. He wouldn't waste his energy trying to make me something that I'm not. And if I were a questionable content girl, I'd be hot. I'd fit right in. I'm not that hard to draw. I don't take up much space. My storyline would be how I would Roomba sit for the Roombas at Faye and Martin's place when they got home. I'd have the house so clean, even Hannah's would be scared. Make sure you draw me with bigger. I guess I'd have a robot. I'd have a robot. I'd even forget all about the boyfriend thing. I could have a robot who would help me make decisions like which science we should try. The one that might destroy the world or the one that makes a pie. And afterwards we'd eat the pie. My robot friend would autoclave the plate. And if I were a questionable content girl, that'd be great. Yes, I wish I were a questionable content girl, 'cause then I would be pretty, and I'd get to live in questionable content world where people can take lunch trays and go sledding down the giant hill and never miss the curve, where top hats can appear at will and science is a verb, where birds can talk and bands can rock, and parties go for days before they're through. I wish I lived in a questionable content world. Don't you? Don't you? Don't forget about the bigger hair, please. Woo! So again, thank you all, especially if if you supported my Kickstarter because the album is going to be happening, I cannot say enough about it. The band is great, the studio is great, everyone is great. This song was commissioned for the Kickstarter. It is called Pay It Forward. It is, you'll get what it's about. Morning, so you check the world, you read your messages and see the way that you are going to shape the way today is going to be. There's so much work that must be done, and you'll take everything you have and pay it forward, pay it forward. This is where the band plays. There's a really nice trumpet solo. Running faster than the burn, you're throwing money in your way, you're hoping you can fund tomorrow. If you work all night today, you turn your dream into a plan, and you take everything you have and pay it forward, and pay it forward. To build a watch requires time, to build a song requires hope that you can manage all the pieces and not lose track of the scope. But there's people on your side and they will work with you to pay it forward, and pay it forward. You don't want to let them down because they're carrying you, and every day you tell your story so they can see what you are doing for love. You hold responsibility for so much love, so much love. You carry the banner now for doing what you love. There's too much meaning. You may be trust what falls apart, a backup project that will fail. Not everything you've kicked will start, and sometimes dreams can get derailed. But every day's another day. You'll take everything you have and pay it forward, pay it forward. Morning, so you check the world. Alright, we're now to the penultimate song, which means we're at the next to last song, which means there you go. Order your wines if you want them. This song, I've done a lot of songs about heartbreak and sad things and Game of Thrones. This is a happy song. This is a very, very happy song. The person about whom it is about, whatever, cannot be with us this night, but he is totally here in spirit. I'm totally going to text him as soon as it's done. This song is called Reflected in Yours. The Oxford comma had fallen out of style by the first time we kissed. Above the dance, we put it back, we put it back. I left you 2 encrypted notes. You left my picture unattended for a year, and then you gave it back, you gave it back. And I saw my eyes reflected in yours, both in that night and all the nights to follow, lying on the floor. Do, 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 do. Tonight I'll dress all kissed by fire, and we'll make lemon drinks with clouds of ice. They'll all look twice at me in gray and you in black. We'll change the way the story ends. Beside the elevators, the lights will kiss the cannon, and then put it back, we'll put it back. And I'll see my eyes reflected in yours, both in that night and all the nights to follow. Lying on the floor, my liquid you is your favorite thing. As you approach me with fervor and savor the sand that we kick in the face of fate, as hand in hand you endeavor and endeavor. Do, 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 do.
shouldn't fear the words we're writing down. You hold the rope, I'll hold the wall. You frame the shots, I'll write the rhymes. We'll build the gallery, then send them back, send them all back. And I'll see my eyes reflected in yours, both in that night and all the nights to follow. Lying on the floor, I'll see my eyes reflected in yours, both in that night and all the nights to follow. Lying on the floor.
Woo! Thank you again. Thank you all for coming. So this is how it works. After you're done, I don't care, have some more wine. Come and say hi. Maybe I will have some wine. There are CDs here. CDs are $10 or pay what you can or whatever. There are stickers here. Stickers are take them. If you were interested in some cloth goods, I have some cloth goods there in the back, but you would have had to put your name on the sheet. If you were interested in cloth goods and you don't put your name on the sheet, what I mean to say is I cannot take shirts to Vancouver. I tried and I had to go through special customs. So I'm not doing that anymore. So when I go to Vancouver after this, for the person whose song that I just sang, penultimate and blah blah, I can't take any shirts with me. So if you want shirts and you didn't get shirts, you can go online and get shirts. That's really easy. You can talk to me about that. I am talking now when I should be singing. My last song is called Life is a LARP. You probably already know it. When we were kids, we played all kinds of games. Ninja Turtles, anyone that we wanted to pretend we were. We'd be Mom or Dad or Barbie or the Red Mage from Final Fantasy. Harry's got a wand, Mega Man's blue. Grab the clothes and do what they would do. We'd become whoever we wanted to. Life is just the same. You don't have to go out into the woods to play. You don't have to build a suit of chainmail armor to play. I mean, if you want to build a suit of chainmail armor, that's okay. But here's my secret to you: the world already works this way. So come along and sing with me. Life is a LARP. La 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 la. Nicely done. Life is a LARP. La 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 la. Just think of all the stuff you did today. Wake up and put on your fancy clothes. Blow the snot out of your fancy nose. Practice punctuality and go where responsible people go. Maybe you don't have to fight a slime, but you better get to work on time. Make sure that your outfit better shine. You are on your way. The other side is that whatever you want to do, you grab the roll and suddenly the work comes true. Want to climb a mountain, got to buy the shoes. All you have to do is just be brave enough to choose. So come along and sing with me. Life is a LARP. La 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 la. Life is a LARP. La 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 la. And I've become a rock star, kind of maybe nerdy rock star, yes. I've become a rock star, and I have the CDs to prove it. How about you? I know you think you've rolled and checked your stats. You're as good as you can get. You can't be what you haven't been yet. Anything you want to do has a prerequisite you haven't met. Well, you might think that you're not enough. Better roles go to people with better stuff. I say that it's time to level up. You work with where you're at. And every day you try on the stats you want to play. Grab the rule book, learn the rules, and start to play. And the book you want isn't so far away. As long as you work at it consistently with focus, watching for opportunity, learning about the other players, and connecting with the community. And don't forget to practice every day. So one more time, just sing with me. I know you know the words. Life is a LARP. La 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 la. Last time. Life is a LARP. La 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 la. The end.
Ha ha ha.